que supieras, vida mía.
Buenas noches, mi gente. ¿Cómo estamos? I'm gonna move you over here, George. How are you?
Hey, where am I going?
Right here.
Okay.
How are you?
Doing great. How you doing?
Happy what day is it? Thursday? Happy
Thursday. Happy
Thursday.
Friday, Junior.
Happy, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I like it.
One day away from getting hammered.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, welcome to Sirius Tejano. I am Miss Mary out of Dallas, Texas. I have my co-host over there.
This is George out of Cypress, Texas. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Friday, Junior. Like I said, hopefully everybody's had. I said, hopefully everybody's had a good
Try
week
it
until
again.
now.
Me too. Start over.
Take two. But great being
Me
here
too.
again. This is back-to-back nights for us. Last night we're on Let's Talk Tano. Great show with Mr. Jonathan Barraza.
Last night we
And
were
now,
not on.
oh shoot, what's the day? Thursday? Oh, crap. Right. The day before. I'm sorry. The day before Tuesday. I'm sorry. Well, anyways, we were on. That's what I remember, right? I killed a couple brain
Yeah.
cells since then. But now we're on tonight with the none other, the one and only, often imitated, never duplicated, Mr. Danny Farias.
Buenas noches.
Hi, good evening to everybody and to your fan base around the world. It's a pleasure. How are y'all doing this evening?
Fabulous. I'm trying to learn how to work this. We need the wizard here tonight with us because I don't know how to work this. So we're going to do it this way. We're going to leave it like this. You see
Damn.
the boxes
I'm in
move? If you see the boxes move, just we're working behind the scenes.
Okay.
How are you, Danny? It's been what, a couple of weeks since almost a month since we saw you.
Yeah,
Um How are you? And we did our little we'll have to talk about the boots thing because people were like, "What's with the boots?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "It's a funny story." So we're gonna have to talk about the boots. But how are you, friend?
I'm doing good. I'm every day I'm getting a day older, and we're just having a lot of fun. I mean, I literally had an accident a couple of years ago, and uh, I had suffered a brain injury, right? And so sometimes when I'm joking, I'm like, I don't know what I did to end up getting in this put up either awards and music. I must have fell down and hit my head, and I did. But anyway, we're I'm exhausted. I am exhausted, and this isn't even uh, you know the year's not over yet. But I'm usually many months into the year. In the like I'm in what are we in April? We're in April, so I'm already I've got stuff August. I've got stuff. Well, the Put Up Vida Awards is supposed to be in September. We've
Right.
got gigs with La Tropa F in August and December. Um, we're fracking oil and gas wells. We're
That's what
busy.
I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're busy. So, how
You
about you? What's going on with you and the boots? That was a little tradition there.
we learned about his boots. I wish I would have brought the picture with us. I might be able to pull it up while we're
Well,
talking.
well, let me give them backstory then until we get the
Okay,
picture. So at the Pika Pika for the Tejano Gala, we had the pleasure of interviewing Denny that night. Came by the booth, talked for a little bit, and man, I looked down at his boots. I'm like, look at you. I mean, he had just said, man, you got to look the part, you got to play the part. I said, well, you know what, Dan, you're definitely you played the part when you walk in through the doors, but you're definitely looking the part, man. And and I seen his boots. Look at your boots, bro. And he goes, man, I'm gonna let you tell the story if you want, Danny, on this, but it was a very badass story that told us about them boots when you were knocked down the house.
Yeah, we have a little demo company, and we were cleaning all the junk and the trash out of the garages, and it was over here on a really wealthy side of town, and I went into the garage like I do before I tear anything down because I got to make sure the electric is disconnected and the water lines, and so I don't kill myself because I go in there with tractors and we knock them down. And I went in there and there was this entire outfit of suitcases. There were luggage for travel, and it was all Louis Vuitton. And so clearly, I went to the homeowner and said, "Ma'am, what do you want me to put these Louis Vuitton luggages?" And she goes, "Oh no, they got wet. Insurance paid for them. You can just dump them." And I'm like, "All right." So I usually go through everything. I pick it clean, like a buzzard. I pick the stuff clean first before I go in there and knock it out. So we put all the stuff in the truck, and then I got the material and I cut it all out. My trade, by the way, I'm a skilled tradesman. I do commercial floor coverage. So we did banks and jails and judges and chambers, custom floors. But anyway, I ended up cutting all the material out. And I guess it's the artist in me, man. And I took it to my bootmaker and I said, "What can you do with this material?" He made me 4 pairs of Louis Vuitton boots for my anniversary, and they were to the top, with my initials. And I think he charged me like $750 then, but that's how I got those Louis Vuitton boots. And I'm like, when I walk around, some people, I didn't even realize, I thought it was just for girls. That girls are always like, "Oh, look at your shoes. Oh, my shoes are so pretty. Oh,
I
my
guess
God."
I was a girl that night, man, because I noticed the
Hey, no, that's not what I meant about you. I'm just saying I didn't realize that, I mean, I was wearing a tux coat and I was wearing a nice hat. And I just, I'm going to wear these Louis Vuitton boots. And you knocked them off and you're like, "What the hell's going on here?"
Yeah, I was like, "Look this, man." And I couldn't hand on the camera because we were live that night. And I couldn't reach my tripod. I was like, "Man, somebody's got to do this." I think it was my wife or Terry. It was one of the other that grabbed the phone and just panned down. Everybody got to see it. And everybody's like, "Oh, man, look at them boots." I was like, the boots are one thing. I was already mesmerized by the boots, but when you told us a story, I was like, that's just the cherry on top right there, man.
Yeah,
that was the way you came across that material, man, was just awesome.
Hey, but you know what? You really want to know what the best part of that was? Is that not only that we use the material, but I actually got paid to do the demo. So I got paid to take them.
So you got paid to take them.
I got paid. To take them.
Basically, the I guess the boots pay for themselves.
Oh, absolutely. We had a lot of fun. I'm very, very skilled with the tractors and demo and God, I can tell you, I think I know why I'm blessed with the way I dress sometimes, because I have been doing junk removal, cleaning out garages and homes when parents pass away, and they just leave everything in the house, and the kids are like, "Hey, you know what are you going to charge me? Just get rid of everything." And so we'll grab everything and we'll take it to the Goodwill. I have taken, I can't tell you how many truckloads of stuff to the Goodwill, clothing and hats and boots and just all kinds of stuff, just a little bit. But anyway, I want to say hello to Roger Cabello, Lisa Olvera, Stella Garcia, everybody watching us on our side. But anyway, I'm just a worker, guys. That's all I am.
I'm finding the picture right now. So, well, Danny, you're okay. So, I mean, we have so many topics that we can go into, but let's give a little bit of information about what Danny is working on right now. Let's start with your music, and then we're going to go into the promotion, and then we're going to go into the awards. So, we're going to start with the music. You sent me music we're going to hear here tonight as well. And so we will be sharing that here in a little bit, but let's talk about the music. How long have you been, for those that may not be aware? There's a lot of people that know who you are, Danny, but let's talk about how long you've been in the business so we can celebrate that a little bit.
Well, look, I get real emotional sometimes, and that's hard for me to do because I never do any of that stuff. But man, I'm telling you, Bobby Sanchez, Michael Hubbard, Roger Cabello, everybody. Just to let you, yes, I'm here.
Sorry.
Well, hey, guess what happened? You know why that happened? That went away?
Why?
Because I did the Cinderella thing or the Dorothy thing.
There they are. There they are. There's the boots right there. There's the boots, man. Hey, that was good. The boots there, Danny.
Right?
You see my initials?
Yep.
Those are the boots.
I could never afford boots like that, those would cost you like $5,000-$6,000. Like they're very expensive. But my bootmaker made them affordable, and I said, man, I'll take them. And I just loved them. But anyway, it's no big deal. But going back to the music, like you were referring to, do you want to know how I got started, or you want to talk about just the band itself?
Oh, let's talk about what intrigued you to start the music. Let's talk about that.
Well, it's really, really a really tough thing. But Albert Pena Davila, I don't know if you know who that is, but he is a Texas radio DJ Hall of Famer. He comes from a radio dynasty. Yes. I'm looking.
He says, I have to admit, those are some kick-ass boots.
Who is that?
William Leyva.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
William Leyva from Familia Pueblo Promotions LLC from Colorado was in the house.
Wow. So anyway, just to let you know, so it was during the school year a few years back when this terrible tragedy happened in Uvalde, Texas. And I heard a friend, Albert Pena, came over to my house, and he goes, hey, Danny. I said, yeah. He goes, listen to this song. So I heard a song, and I was like, what the hell? And I've never written any music. I've never sang before. I was like, who would write a song like that? I said, it was terrible. It was disgusting. And I just said, I've never written a song, but I think we need to try. So Albert Pena Davila, radio DJ Hall of Famer, and I love him. He's my brother. My grandson, Christopher Ryan, was 7 years old at the time. And my neighbor is named, oh my gosh, what's his name? Dadgummit. Huh? Chris Bloom. He came over, and he started playing the acoustic. And I said, let's see if we can write a song. So we wrote a song called Crayons from Heaven. And we wrote a song called Uvalde Strong. And when we did that, Albert Pena Davila was here. We wrote it. So Uvalde Strong, if you Google it, you can Google Danny Farias Rodeo King album, Uvalde Strong, Crayons from Heaven. Uvalde Strong, we wrote the song. That was the very, very first song we've ever written. And actually, I'm a little over 3 years old in this entire music thing. I'm only 3 years and 6-7 months, something like that, totally. And so, remember that word totally, dude, back in the day. Anyway, So we wrote Uvalde Strong, and we wrote it to honor Uvalde and Texas, and I was looking at the coverage, and I was like, the family, it's a zoo out there. You've got world news. It was just a zoo. You had every con artist, every liar, every thief, they were out there. And I said, man, we need to write something to try to, music heals the soul. It just puts you in a better place. And so we wrote Uvalde Strong, and then we went to the studio and we recorded that song. And there were a bunch of kids that were 5 to 7 and 8. They were 5 and 7 and 8 years old. My grandson is on it, and he helped me write the song. So we released Uvalde Strong, and we got a call, and it was they were like, hey, did you write that song? And I'm like, we got a call from the House of Representatives, Drew Darby, and from Mercy Perez, actually. And Drew Darby was a representative, and so what they did is they honored that song by honoring state honors for the song. So wow. They honored myself and my grandson Christopher. They actually flew a flag in the Capitol for writing the song. And I said, we didn't write the song. First off, it was our very first song. We didn't write it for any other reason. We didn't write it for monetary reasons. We wrote it just because people were hurting. And so my I've said it a couple of times, and I'll say it again. We have the honors for the flag. We have the flag here. We have the actual uh, honors on the certificate from the state of Texas, and we wanted to donate that to the new school in Uvalde for them, right? So that's how we did Uvalde Strong, and that's how I started. And then we wrote Crayons from Heaven and Number 21, and it just took off from there.
What like when you wrote it and you put it out there and you saw all, the emotion and the feelings that it brought out, was that like a sense of like I did my part?
I don't think that I really knew what I was doing because I'd never written a song. I just being a parent, I know that they needed, and I'm not saying that the song, you know, I think probably emotionally for me, just as a parent, I'm like, I got to do something. So I wrote the song, and now I was asleep at 3 in the morning, and I got a phone call, and I heard this guy go, Danny Farias. I'm like, yes, sir. I just remember I said, yes, sir. He goes, Uvalde Strong? Yes, sir. He goes, we're playing it 24 hours today. And I was like, okay. And I just went to sleep. And then I woke up and I was like, somebody called me on the phone. So it was Juan Mendoza from Mas Chingon Radio.
Mm-hmm.
Juan Mendoza, number one, took the initiative, number one, on a no name, just to put the song out, but he did it to honor Texas and to honor Uvalde, and that's he's my publicist actually still, him and Lila Lisa, and so that's I wrote it, and I really just wanted to give something back in any way that I could, any sense of relief of any kind, and funny thing happened after that. There was a rodeo going on in Uvalde, and it was for Christmas, I think. I don't remember. It was a rodeo, and so I saw a number online, and I made a phone call. And I'm telling you guys, I don't cry. I'm not one of those guys. But let me tell you, I I got on the phone, and they answered. I said, "Hey," and I'm not afraid of anything or anyone or any of that stuff. But I got on the phone and said, "Hey, I wrote this song. Can you hear it? And let me know if you like it. And if you do, we'd love to go up there and sing it." She got off the phone, and I was like, I was just crying like a baby, man. And the phone rang. She called back. She said, "We love the song. Can we use it in our rodeo trail drive?" And I was like, absolutely. So went up there. We did the parade. The fire department used the song in the parade, and I actually made 800 CDs. And I went up there, and they were asking me. Everybody wanted to buy them. I said, absolutely not. I just gave away 800 CDs. Uvalde Strong.
Wow.
Wow. That is amazing.
Yeah, that's strong, man. Especially considering what the backstory tied into that song. You put it perfectly. Music use, or at least it lends to the healing process, right? No matter what genre, but this particular obviously event and these songs that you wrote, man, it really. And I hate to take this quote, but it really hit close to home, dude. Uvalde, Texas, everybody's familiar with that city, uh, small town.
Right
And
down
then
the
for
street.
something like this to happen there, man, it hit pretty freaking hard, man. And, when you told us, the grandson was on the song itself, man, those emotions must have been running strong the whole time you guys were recording, editing, mastering it. Those emotions, just seeing your grandson there in the background, lending his vocals to it, dude, that must have been something, man.
Yeah, we well, like I just asked him. I said, "What do you think? You know, a parent would." I had to ask him in a real easy way because, I was like, "What do you think a parent and a dad?" And I said, "What would you tell the mom or the dad?" And he goes, "Well, Popo, I would do this." So he would give me some words, so I incorporated the words into the song. So, and since then, he's 10 years old now, and he sings with me with the Rhinestone Cowboys. He'll get up on stage. He's a ham, man. We just finished the Easter celebration at Brackenridge Park. He would have given me the mic back.
That is funny. He's like, "This is mine." You got him addicted, and he's ready to perform. It sounds like.
He performs with us on stage live. Yeah, he does. He sings with me on the vocals on "Pass Me By," and like a Rhinestone Cowboy, he loves that song.
At a very young age.
Yes.
At a very young age. Should we hear? Let me see if I can upload that song real quick. I know Joe has some music up here. He set us up today. Should we hear a little piece of that song? What do y'all think? Can you comment if you have any questions for Danny? We're reading the comments. I'm keeping up to date. I'm trying to be the wizard and run the show over here. Let me get through the comments. Salutes on to Terry, Leslie, William from Pueblo, Colorado, Familia Pueblo Promotions LLC. Saludos and thank you for supporting Brenda and everybody on TikTok. Saludos to everybody hanging out with us on YouTube. And yeah, I think that's a really cool story. They said let's hear it, so let's play a little piece of this.
About as strong as you and what we are. We shine on you as bright as the stars. We send our love from afar. You about as strong as you and what we are. You are my love, you are my life. And through it all, you'll always be my life. We know you've been with us all along, and with your love we are Uvalde strong. The Uvalde sky is so clear, you can see all of Texas from here. So shine your light upon us all. Where Uvalde strong and we're standing tall. United we standing in your love, we won't fall. So send your love down upon us all. So come on one, hey come on all. We're Uvalde strong and we're standing tall. Strong and we're standing tall.
Beautiful. It's beautiful, and thank you for writing it, and thank you for putting your thoughts behind it. And sometimes instead of just criticizing or saying that they didn't do a good job, you just said, you know what, I'm gonna do something too. And I think that's what we need. Instead of taking others down you just said, let me do something from my heart. And I love that, and it's a beautiful song. And y'all can find it on any of the music media platforms. Share it, request it, download it, and we get to honor that whole community and everybody that's was touched or involved in it with this song.
But by the way, that it's a Christian-based song. Mm-hmm. So when it says, "So send your love down upon us all," it's a Christian-based song. Yeah, of course it is. And I want to say that I was invited up there after, I think a year later, or 6 months, 8 months later, a year, and they had a concert called "Remember Their Names" concert, and it was Signal, it was Chris Bettis, there was big bands, and so they Vivian Ladonia uh, uh, Chingona uh, is the one that took me up there, and I went up there, and I got to thank her for that. We went up there, and they asked me to sing in front of all the families, and I remember that I went up there with my daughter Hannah. I took my Corvette. We went up there, and we went backstage, and they were like, "Hey, it's your time to go sing." So I'm walking up on the stage, and I looked at my daughter, and I said, because I had never done that before, I said, "Hey, Hannah, do you still have the keys to the Corvette?" And she goes, "Dad, you're already there. Get up there." And I went up there, and we sang a couple of songs. So the mom, some of the moms, one of the moms told me, no matter what happens, we just don't want for their names to never be remembered. And so with that, I took it and I wrote another song called "Crayons from Heaven." And
Mm.
Crayons from Heaven is a song that I remember I started already writing, and I'm like, let me. God just opened up my mind. I started writing, and I was like, Lord, how can I do this where the kids are in heaven talking to the parents? So I put the song together. Luis Ortiz is, I don't know if you know who that is, but Luis Ortiz is the one that wrote Bésame por Culturas. He used to be in their band. Well, he's my vocal coach. He's the guy that does all my composition. I give him all the music. I tell him what's in my head. He puts it all together, and he's the driving force behind all the music I've done. But I did Crayons from Heaven, and what a beautiful song, Crayons from Heaven. Just so I wrote that, and then uh, uh, there's someone that wears on the football team number 21, right? And I'm an ex-football player. I'm an ex-state champion ball with the San Antonio Mustangs. I was a quarterback here in town. Anyway, and I'm an ex-football coach, and I know the dynamics on how the football team works. And so there was so much pressure on the linebacker wearing number 21, and so I wrote the song number 21, and I wrote those songs, and after that, I just kept writing more music.
You got the itch. So do you feel like it was always like once you learned the process, it became a lot easier? Because a lot of people say that writing music is not, it's not for the weak. It's pretty difficult. Some it comes naturally, some it's something you learn. Do you feel like after you learned the process, all the pieces that were floating in your head kind of started coming together, or do you think it's still a process for you?
No, I think that some people, God will give them just a God-given talent, and I think that uh, He reserved that talent for this point in time in my life, and for others, because you're telling a story, and um, it just comes out of my heart. That's where it comes from. It doesn't, it just either from personal experience or what have you. But the music I write comes directly from my heart, and I want to honor the Lord when I can, because the Lord doesn't get enough credit. I give Him all the credit and all the glory for all the things that are going on and for my life. And I'm no superstar by any means. I'm not the best singer in the world. None of those things. But what I do is I do the best I can in anything I do. So when you see me and I'm dressed, I'm going to be the best dressed that I can be for me. And when I'm singing, I'm going to do the best that I can for me, because that's what He gave me. And I want to utilize that talent the best that I can.
And you definitely do that. You definitely do that.
I mean, that's a story. Can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Okay, good. Thank you. I always have to my audio here, but I was gonna chime in, and you made these songs. You wrote them for very good reason. Um, and you also wrote them at a time where, right as soon as the event happened, you know, you had these wild coming out the woodworks, making it a political deal. You know, they made more of a big deal about that. I mean, obviously everybody was hurt by the event, but it's like made it more about their political views, more about what actually happened. You know, it started kind of taking stuff away, and of course there was a trial after that, so on and so forth. Uh, you know, but nobody's gonna judge better than the man upstairs. You know he's gonna put the final judgment on that, right? You know, and
Right.
you took the other way and you say, you know what, I want to make this. I'm gonna make sure that I contribute in a healing way with these songs. That idea just came upon you, and you know anybody would have taken a different route and said, well, look, man, I'm gonna write this song, but this is the reason I'm writing because this went right, this went left, so on and so forth. You totally took a different route on it, man.
No, I just took it from a perspective as a parent, right? God forbid any of that would ever happen again or for any reason. But no matter what you give them, what they've seen, what they've gone through, nothing will ever change the fact that their kids are never coming home again.
Right.
And but the inheritance for the Christian is that they will see their loved ones again, and that's the way we write, and that's how I write. So, but it's and man, you don't even want to get me started. I wrote that music, and I wrote this other music. I wrote a song called Sueños, and Sueños was a song that I wrote about a girlfriend that I had when I was 10 years old when she passed away. I was just a kid, but I wrote the song, and man, if you don't play any other song, you need to play that song tonight. Sueños is in Spanish, and when after all the work we did at the studio with Luis Ortiz, and all the work, it was just months. I spent a year plus in the studio. I was there every single week, and it was just it was every day we were there. And so when they sent me the master, I was asleep maybe about 1 or 2 in the morning, and I was like, that song came out like that. It was just cool.
It
So
just came out.
well, I mean, I wrote it, I got it
Yeah.
done, but after the recording, right? You're working, you're like, check, check, check. Does Jesus love you? You're trying to sing, and then of course they got to mix it, master it. You're off key here, you're off there. You got to put it back, go back in the studio. But in the end product for Sueños was just, you got to hear it. And I said, Lord, if you're not going to bring her back in real life, at least bring her back in my dreams so that I can love her and see her. And so you've got, if you don't have a tissue on Sueños, you're not human.
We're gonna listen to it. Let me give some shout outs real quick. I know we have Mr. Gil Jimenez in here, and Gil said saludos. Keep up the good work. Salutes to Danny Noyola's in here from Corpus Christi. So everyone that's hanging out with us, thank you so much. Let's see here. What did William say? Love you guys. Consuma. Yes. Everyone's in here. Thank you to everyone that's hanging out with us. If you have a question for Danny, just put it in the chat. I appreciate everybody that's on YouTube, on TikTok, and here on Facebook. And if you watch us after the fact, just comment where you're watching from. My lighting is getting a little crazy. There we go. So, it's been a day. And technology can be fun and it can be very horrendous when we're live. But at least this is a live show and we're gonna just keep going, right?
Well, if I can, I'll say hello to everyone here too.
Mhm.
Serene Everly, Danny Noyola, Mariana Gutierrez, Robert Rodriguez, one of my main vocalists for the Rhinestone Cowboys, and just everybody else that's watching on here. Lisa Olvera, Bobby Sanchez once again, and there's a lot of people that are actually streaming as well. So yeah,
Yay.
yeah. Go ahead.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So, we kind of jumped around a little bit. So you started writing music. We did the tribute to Uvalde. We you've been really busy. You have your music, and then we're gonna listen to some music with the Rhinestone Cowboys as well. But um, what's the drive like? I'm just really curious, Danny. You have so much drive, and you have so much passion for this music. Like, talk to us little bit about that. Like, what motivates you? Is it just to keep pushing good music out there, or are you trying like talk to us a little bit about the drive for the music?
George, I think she's calling me an old man.
No, absolutely
Hey,
not.
hey, Danny, I think that's the reason you put me between you and her. Dude.
Absolutely not.
I'm just, I'm just kidding. Uh, you know, some of us are born, uh, like I said, if you're going to do anything, be all in, and if you're not, why are you wasting others' time? Why are you wasting, most importantly, your own time? If you're doing it just, you know, halfway, then you're never going to achieve the final goal, whatever that goal is, right? In anything you do, whether you're digging
Absolutely.
ditches, whatever you're doing, be the best at it. But I just think that you just have to be, it's in my nature. I'm a wildcatter, and if you know much about oil and gas or anything at all, wildcatters they would go out there and they'd be like, "How much money you got?" "I got about $50 left." "How much you got?" "About $30." "Are we gonna drill this well or not?" "Well, we
Hmm.
might hit a dry well." "Well, let's do it." And you never know what you're gonna hit, And so wildcatters, that's what they do. They go out there and they're always mining. And I just want the best. I want to achieve the best. I want to go pro level. And I'll share something with you, um, with the drive. I think I was just born in one speed, and that was hyperbolic speed.
Yeah,
And
I was gonna say go. What did they call it in Spaceballs? Did you ever watch Spaceballs? They've
no,
gone plaid. There's this guy where they
Ludicrous speed, go.
yeah, they're ludicrous and plaid. You're in plaid, which is the fastest, and everything looks like it's plaid. But you're always in go. I mean, you keep yourself so busy. Every time I look at your Facebook, you're just constantly on the go and constantly announcing and putting something out there. So I just I give props to that, and I'm very amazed at everything that you do and everything you do so well and the motivation behind it. Like, you're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for everybody but you. I feel like the
I'm
award show, the music, the tributes, the promotions, like everything that you do, if we look at it from a bigger perspective or spectrum, is it doesn't really, it's for you, it's by you, but it's for everybody else.
Mhm.
You know what? And there's I'm just a giver. That's just my nature. And I've given more. Honestly, I've given more away than what I have, but I have a lot. And those that have a lot, um, are required to have and take on more responsibility. With great things, you have to be, you know, really, you can people always want to hit the lottery. People always want to have this and that, but there's another side to it, and that's, God, if you've blessed me this way, give me the skills to deal with it and to be a blessing to others, and not for it to be about myself. And a prime example is, I'm the owner of the Pura Vida Awards. What does that mean? That means that we did the show last year at the UIW, and my guys were absolutely incensed. They were pissed. Why were they pissed? Because we were supposed to sing for an hour. And the only thing we got to do was, when the governor got there, the governor's office, Steve from the governor's office, to present Johnny Rodriguez, we only got to sing one song, which was "Pass Me By." how would it look? You guys tell me that. I'm going to ask you a question. How would it look if I put the Pura Vida Awards on and I sing for an entire hour?
Well,
I would be
yeah,
okay with
yeah.
it, but
I mean, I see where you're going with it.
yeah.
I absolutely do. Um,
It's wrong.
yeah, it's obviously it would be a one man show, obviously, and it'd be even funnier if you're the first award it got awarded to yourself, you know. So-
Well, you know what? That I'm going to tell you this. Funny you say that. I was in the first award show at the Tobin Center, right? I was in the running, and I was right there with Jay Betez on one of the songs that I had done. And so Juan Mendoza calls me and he goes, "You can't be in the running. You're the CEO. People are going to think that you rigged it." I'm like, "Bro, bro, I'm like behind him, but I'm not that far. Let me keep going." He goes, "You can't do it." So then I get a call from my lawyer and he says, "You got to remove yourself." And I'm like, God, I got out of it. I never would have wanted anyway. Jay's a superstar. I love Jay's music, but it was just kind of fun to be. I'm a competitor. It was just fun to be out there kicking some boots. But anyway, so that it just wouldn't look right. So they were pissed off. I'm like, you should have seen them. They were pissed. And I said, "Guys, what are you mad about? You're getting full pay for one song. You're still getting paid for it." But that's not what they're in it. They're in it for. They're in it to perform. They want to perform. They want to sing. And but I just couldn't do it. I had Camilla and Bea, Las Divas. I had all these other bands there, and I'm like, no, they all got to perform. So anyway.
Well, and they're telling you in the comments here, we can highlight from Gil Jimenez, "My respect for Danny for tackling the Pura Vida Awards, and a lot of respect. You know, that you took it on. It's a lot of work. I can only imagine. Like not even
Well,
announcing it, but
you were
getting
there.
votes and then keep going and then putting the whole show. It was like a whole uh we were
Production.
formal. It was like, a whole production. We were
Yeah.
formally dressed and it was not, good venue and the food was good and the drinks were good.
Hey,
we were
What?
very, we made it to San Antonio the night before, I believe.
Mhm.
Right? It was a before. So, I'm coming from Houston. I battled traffic to get the hell out of town. I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna get to San Antonio. We're gonna be all gravy, man. Yeah, I get to San Antonio, I'm sitting freaking traffic for about another 2 hours. Now I'm running late, meeting up with Mary and the rest of our friends. I'm like, and I hate being late, man. I'm very punctual 60% of the time. Okay. So I hate people
that's
waiting
not
on me.
very punctual, 60-40.
Yeah, well, if it's
I'm
60%, it's better than
I'm the
50% for me, man.
40% on time and he's the 60, so we make 100.
Well, I'm never on
So,
time.
so I show up. Ended up, we ended up going out that night, and man, whole night we're out. I'm thinking, man, we're actually gonna be at this show tomorrow. It was just in the back of my mind, and I'm freaking nervous. My wife's in the chat, and she'll tell you, dude, I could barely change a freaking tire on a car sometimes, let alone convince her to support me in co-hosting a podcast, you know. So
Wow.
she supported me 100% on it. I'm losing my mind Friday night. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just happy to be there. I'm happy to be there.
Yeah.
We get to the event, we set up our little booth, and then out you come, dude. I'm thinking, oh, here he comes. Now I
Uh-oh.
don't know what to expect. And you were very humble, man. You said, hey, welcome in. Hey, make yourself at home. You made it so the butterflies that I had the night before, you settled them in like a 10-minute conversation we had with you, man. And that's basically
Well,
what that show was the whole night,
yeah.
you honored Gil Jimenez, and his father that
His
night.
father
That was amazing, man. That you
Paco
awarded him that
Jimenez.
flag. I think it was a flag that flew over the Capitol, right?
sure was. He
Yeah.
got honors, and he got the Icon Award. Actually, I believe, if I remember,
Mhm.
my memory's not 100%, but anyway, it was a very, very extremely emotional night for Mr. Jimenez for Gil, and I understood because I'm the one that was on the stage with him, and I gave him a hug, and he says, "Man, I missed my father," and I said, "You are your father's product. You are the future." I said, a piece of your father lives in you forever. Just get out there and live strong. And it was we were on the stage actually. He was very, very emotional, and we were talking. I had him in a hug, and I was like, "Hey man, don't worry about it. Just be strong, and the Lord's blessing your father and you, and big night, man, big night." And I had some lady today, because man, I'm up by 4:30 in the morning all the time, and it's the old man tweeting, and Janet's just like, turn the light on. I'm like, go to bed. And then in the morning she's like, what did you write? I'm like, don't worry about it. So anyway, we tweeted. I made a posting about, I don't know if I'm going to do this Pura Vida Awards again this year.
That.
I'm like, I'm not sure, and then I started questioning, why am I really doing these awards? So and then this lady comes out. I'm going to find her name somewhere, and I wrote a really like nasty letter. And I said, I was already, I don't know if you guys have ever, like, you're getting ready to send it out.
Yes.
And then it just goes blank. You're like, where did it go? That's when you're not supposed to post it.
Right.
But anyway, I just said, well, she goes, do we really need another Tejano award show? And I
saw that too.
And then I started posting, and I didn't post it because it wouldn't let me. God knows what he was doing. I was like, you know what? I'm like, I tell you what, I'm going to take Tejano music completely out of the Pura Vida Awards. I'm only going to honor country music, Americana, soul, R&B, different genres, and no Tejano music. And congratulations, lady. They can talk to you about you getting them pushed out. And that's exactly what I was going to post. And I kept trying to push it, and it didn't post. So she got away.
That when you message a friend, I would have sent out for you, brother.
I didn't do it, but I didn't do it. But honestly, I look at the numbers when they come in, and I'm like, wow, man, look how close they are. They're neck and neck. It's just this big old circle, and you got all these voties, right? So it'll be like, then it was Stephanie Montiel, or it was Jennifer Lynn, or and I'm like, dang, look how, and I'm like, and then at a minute, just all these votes come in, and they just come in. I have nothing to do with it, but I do have to get the winners because I have to go get the trophies right ready. And so I have nothing to do with it, but I was telling Janet, you know what? If they print the American presidential voting in congressional, and they print state and Bexar County, and the mayor's office and the district attorney's office, maybe I should print the votes for the awards. What do you think?
Man, you brought that up at the gala. You brought that, and as soon as you said it, Mary and I high-five each other. We're for it, man. We're for it.
Well,
because it does a couple of different things. One, it shows the transparency that you are promoting. Not only do you, okay, you prove it, bro, and it gives, I guess, it gives the artists, it gives the podcasters, it gives promoters, it gives everybody insight on where they stand. To me, that's kind of like constructive criticism, I guess. That's the best way to put it. Man, I fell short this much. You know what? Maybe that thing that I was thinking about doing, maybe I'll do it this year to get me over that hump. It should be more constructive than negative in mindset. Now that's my mindset. Is people going to be against it? Yes. Absolutely.
Why?
Some people don't deal with, how should I put it, man? I think it's gonna be
Losing.
more along the lines of, huh? The what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
No,
I
I'm
was gonna
listening.
say
Say it.
it's gonna be. I think for some people it's gonna be a negative thing because they want to see. They don't want to see for themselves on where they stand, as opposed to the some
The
people that want to see
reality,
the
the
reality of it.
truth.
Thank you. The reality of it. They don't want to see the reality of where they are in
So
other people's eyes
so
professionally or whatever. I mean, honestly, for me, it was just an honor to be there, to be nominated. It was great.
Mhm.
And Mary and I had a talk with the rest of our talk to Hano team. We said, hey, you know what? We're gonna go out there. It's gonna be fun. Our first awards event. We come out empty handed. You know what? It's the experience that matters, and we'll work towards better for the next year. You know, a lot of people might not take it that way, man. For
well,
the
let
for
me
the for
just
the
tell you.
reality of it.
So just to let you know, uh, I'm more than likely going to print the vote this year. But I'm gonna say this, that yeah, that'll work. But here's one of the things is that first off, it's an award show. It's not that I'm picking any winners, right? And so the reason that I really feel I'm going to talk to my lawyer about it. I'm going to talk to my attorney about it. And the reason I feel really strongly about printing that vote is they do it in presidential votes. They do it in the mayor's office, do congressional. I mean, you get out there and you win, you lose, you win, you lose, win, lose, draw. Oh man, I almost had it by 5 votes, or I lost by 1,000 votes. So, you know, I think that I'm going to print the vote. And the reason I'm going to do that is because, I had a few people, oh man, you picked this winner, I was like, bro, be careful because I'll sue the ever living crap out of you for saying shit like that because it discredits my credibility.
It's
It
only
Exactly.
that,
Yes.
but
discredits
it
my
discredits anybody that voted and took the time, and then all the artists, like William is saying out there, as the promoter, as the artists that were involved, like it just discredits the whole process, not just you, but the whole process, the voting process, the time, and everything that you took to do it. So I would definitely be in favor of it, and the reasoning behind it is to show um the
transparency.
logistics behind it, and that it is about promoting. Like, we announced it, shared, talked about it, told everybody about it, and we were actually really surprised. Really quickly, I want to share Joe from Sirius Dejano. Thank you, Joe, for letting us be here tonight with Danny Farias. He said, "Give Danny my best and tell him he has to put on the award show." So he wants
Yes.
you to do it again. So,
I'm gonna
yeah.
go to sleep. I'll see y'all next week.
And Danny, that was gonna be one of my questions tonight because I saw that this morning. It was this morning, I believe, or yet
Uh-huh.
was it this morning? Last night?
It was this morning.
It was
it
this
was
morning. Yeah.
It was this
See, 'cause
morning.
I get up. I'm a 4 o'clock too, man. I get up
it
at
was
4 so I can.
4:30 in the morning.
That's when I saw it because I get up at 4, get ready for work. I take myself a couple minutes for leave to get my coffee, and I'm thumbing through. I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, is he serious? you know.
I am
And
serious.
I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna let the man be. If that's the way he feels, it's a show, man. He can
You
do whatever he
you should
wants.
have you should have seen that comment. What she said. She was
I
like,
did see it. I
"Do
did see
we
it.
really need another Tejano award show?" I'm like,
Yep.
"The hell's wrong with you, girl? You don't even know how to sing. What the? Get up here and sing
Well,
and
like
tell me something."
Leslie said, like, you're not gonna make everybody happy. And did she vote? Did she know the process? Does she know the benefit that this award show had within the genre of Tejano music? Because you're not only highlighting, Danny, the artists, you highlighted everybody that we like to talk to in the industry, the promoters, the labels, the podcasters, the DJs. Like, you included everybody in this, and that's
Hmm.
why, like, when I saw, and thank you to Joe who put us in the award, I was like, man, he is just recognizing everybody. And you didn't have the typical people. And I think that may have rubbed some people the wrong way, but it
Oh, you
also
had it.
it gave hope to those of us that are really working within the industry, and I say us because we've been in it a year, and we've seen the ups, we've seen the downs, and we just keep trudging along. And you recognize that for not just the podcasters, but the DJs and the promoters and our young talented people, that are out there that want to be within this industry. You gave them hope, and you said, here's this award show, and they came to you. You didn't go and solicit anything. You didn't say, hey, I only want this amount of people in my show. Hey, I only want these podcasters in here. You said it's open to everybody. And this is the process that you're going to do. So I really feel like a lot of award shows could watch what you do and take note and say, we may need to change the way things are done. Because if everyone goes back and looks at who was put on this, it really is allowing our Tejano industry to evolve. And that's one of our biggest topics that we talk about on Let's Talk Tejano is the evolution of music. We can keep loving the same music that we grew up on. We can love the veteranos. We can love the classics. But if we don't open our ears to the new music and the new way of going through it, like we don't have much radio out there. We have podcasts, we have radio internet, we have apps. And if we don't start highlighting and showcasing them in these types of settings, it's going to go away because we need the younger, we need, modern, we need that technology to be taught to our people.
If I can respond to that, I will say this, that I'm on an FM station around the world, and I have been, and I didn't even realize it. I think I'm 2.5 going on 3 years on the radio. Never been on the radio before. But I will tell you that the once mighty radio stations, AM and FM, the once, the Tejano 107.5 and all these DJs that were there at 107, not all of them, but some of them, it wasn't a fair game for
Right.
artists. And,
Right.
and I'll just say this, you can only get sued for something you're saying if it's not factual. I mean, if it's not factual, there's an issue, but if it's factual, they can't do nothing about it. And the reality is that, the once mighty stranglehold that all the FM and AM stations had is no more. Case in point, your show, you guys are, and all these other podcasters and all these other, apps that you guys are running with radio and doing your own, top 10 and top 20. And, you guys are knocking the teeth out of these AM FM stations. Why? Because they only have one way of doing things. Podcasters like you, award show owners like me, do it my way.
Mm-hmm.
And my way is that the goddamn door is open for everybody. I don't care if you're I'm going to be nice. I don't care if you're an artist. Hey,
A great artist and a not so great artist. How's that?
Yes. You know what? Failure does not depends on me, depends on te in Italiano, right? It don't depend on me, it depends on you.
Right.
Look, if you say you can sing and you want to sing, well, by God, here's a mic. Come on up here and sing. And if you failed, there's no failure because you made an attempt. If you didn't sound good, that's a different story.
Right.
There's a difference. So you guys are in control. And the bigger you grow, and if you're on TikTok and you're at 300,000 viewers or 800,000 viewers, guess what? All of a sudden, radio stations are like, hey, can you come on? You want to be a DJ here? You'll be like, why? We got our own platform streaming around the world 24/7. We ain't got to go by the FCC rules that you guys got to go by. We are free like Abraham Lincoln said, free, free, free.
That's your
Howard
take,
Stern,
man.
huh?
Uh,
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, no filter radio, no strings and no nets. I think that's the beauty of it, dude. You know, like Mary said earlier, we cater the show obviously to the artist, new, highlight new artists. Obviously, some of our legends that are still with us, are still kicking, they're still belting out music.
Ruben
We
Ramos,
love them as exactly Gary Hobbs. They're out there, they're out there putting new music out, and
Jay
we're
Pettit.
right there with them. But it's also for that for our fans, man, our followers, fans of yours, because we like as much as we love highlighting music, we like highlighting the artists. We love highlighting the
Mm.
artists. We want people to see and know our artists behind the mic, behind the instrument, or whatever, in a more personal base, man. You know, so when they go to the show, hey man, I saw him on an interview. I know this song. There's a backstory to the song. Now I get it. I'm connecting the
Like
dots.
Sueños that we're gonna hear in just a minute. Like
Mhm.
that we're gonna hear, we're gonna
Yep.
know why you wrote it. We're gonna make a different connection to it now.
If you ain't crying to Sueños, you ain't human. I mean, it's a beautiful song, man. Anyway, so what? So Serene Everly is asking me, what
Hmm.
is the message that you would give to your fans? What's the message to both of you that you would give to y'all's fans?
Hmm. I don't know, Mary. You go first.
I have a few things to say to our fans, and I always get on a soapbox that talks about Tejano. If I say Tejano fans, I'm gonna say Tejano fans, not my fans, because some of you may not know me. If you're a Tejano fan, celebrate the classics, be open to new music, stream, download, and request music, and go find it. It's available 24 hours a day, and we stream across the world. Sirius Tejano, Danny Station, Let's Talk Tejano Radio. There's 3 stations right here sitting in front of y'all that we're streaming music at some point 24 hours a day, and there's a lot of DJs, and there's a lot of podcasts, and there's tons of artists that want to be in this genre. We have to just give them a chance. We have to open our eyes and our ears and take our families and just reset ourselves back to those 90s. And when my dad and mom would drag me to a show, and I got to see, 5 or 6 bands at a festival. That's what we need. We need our younger generation to listen to music, but love it, and then maybe you might introduce them to the music themselves, and you might find that they have talent. There's a band out there, and well, the Bella twins, Camila and Bella. There's Doria Cal in West Texas. Arizona has Elijah, like 16 years old. These kids are so young, and they want to be a part of this genre, and we need to give them more airplay. So imagine a 16-year-old, and remember, Moss and Jimmy Gonzalez and Gary Hobbs and Little Joe and Ruben Ramos, they didn't start with 100,000 music streams. It started with us listening to their music. It takes us to constantly. So be open to the music. That's one of my advice. George.
I mean, I would definitely say, one, send beer money. No, I'm just kidding. You know, I'll definitely really drive that home. Keep an open mind to new sound. Keep an open mind to the new music. The Tejano culture is not going anywhere because it is a culture. When they say Tejano's dead, trust me, it ain't dead. It's a culture, man. It was a culture before it was music, and it ain't going nowhere. Now, do you have to be 100% on board with the new sound? Absolutely not. But like Mary said, leave it a try. Be open minded. That I mean, we go with the same message. Here's Anthony Patterson here. We had him on. Hey Anthony, we had him on. Let's talk. Oh no, we had him on here. Was it here? I can't remember.
Last week.
Last week we had him on here,
Last
and
week.
I sent my uncle. My uncle was an old school Tejano man, and I sent him Anthony's song, and he was he's got a medley, and man, my uncle fell in love. He's like, man, that was awesome. He goes, how old is that guy? I was, well, he ain't a young buck, but he's not old either. he's definitely new to the business. He's got roots to the business. So I started getting him Anthony's backstory. Lo and behold, he starts responding back to my text. Hey, look, I downloaded a song. I'm liking the song. I'm sharing, he on Apple Music, so on and so forth. So this is what we try to go with. Carry the flag. We're going to carry the flag, but we need help spreading the message, and we practice what we preach. We can promise you that. That's about it, man. Just being open-minded, being open-minded.
Okay, Danny, your turn.
And I
Oh
only came with
no.
spirit money.
So
We want to hear what you want to say to the fans because you are so across the board. You have many hats, so to speak.
well, I just think that if for example, Camilla and Bay a las Divas, right, from Laredo. So they're having a quinceañera tomorrow. It's their birthday. Happy birthday, girls!
Happy
wow.
birthday! We heard about it.
We were at the Tobin Center, and they were on the stage. And both of the little girls, they were young, man. I think they were 13? Wait, no, they were 12. 12, I think. Anyway, so we're on the stage, the main stage at the Tobin Center, and that is the same stage that Paul McCartney played on. So we're on that stage, right? And they're looking up, and I'm looking up, and we see the entire stage, the whole stadium in there. And the girls go, "Apá, queremos tocar aquí. Are we going to be able to sing in a place like this one day?" And I looked at the girls and I said, Come here, mija. So I grabbed them. I said, "I want you to sing. Right now is going to be your sound check."
Oh, wow.
So they sang a little bit, and they had asked me if I would write a song for them. So I was like, man, Lord, what am I going to do for these girls? So the girls are twins, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And you know where they're from, right? Laredo.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
We got to interview them.
Yeah, we did interview him. Yep.
So what do you have in Laredo? The twin cities of Laredo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nuevo Laredo and New Laredo, right? Old Laredo. So, you got Laredo and, north to south. Anyway, So I was like, the Lord gave me the song, and I wrote it, Los Dos Laredos. I wrote the song for the girls, and that was the very first song they recorded. My song, Los Dos Laredos, for Camilla and Bay a las Divas.
That's awesome.
So it was Somos Los Dos de Laredo. It was cool. And then I wrote another song called Cumbia de Janita. And I wrote that. It's my daughter's name, Hannah. So I wrote a cumbia for her. And so the girls did it. But that was the first song, those girls. So you talk about young fans, right? And then you've got Serene Everly. Serene Everly's a radio co-host with me on the radio every Saturday. She just finished a song con la misma piedra. Okay.
I have a hard time with that one too. That's a hard word for me.
I know how to cut that with the same rock.
I was about to say with the same rock.
I got hit in the head with the same rock. So she just released that song. 10 years old. She's a violin player. She's a dancer, mariachi. I mean, these kids. For example, when the storm hit in Kerrville, Texas, right, at Mystic Camp, and all these people lost their lives, God rest their soul, we wrote We're Texas Strong for Kerrville in a country song. And that song received congressional honors for Serene Everly, Kai Rivas. Serene is 10. Kai Rivas is 9. Haley Ochoa was 9 or 10. Christopher Ryan was 10. All these little kids that were with me on the song received congressional honors at that age for that song. And I mean, I received congressional honors. The Pura Vida Awards received it. I mean, we're legit. That the show is legit, and so we need to bring these kids in, no matter how they sound. You know, they're gonna get better. Their voices aren't even where they need to be, but they gotta get on that stage, and they gotta do the thing like Elsa Herrera. What a beautiful singer. That girl can sing. And so
Right.
anyway, you're right. We got to bring a bunch of kids in. So saying these things, what I would say to the fans is that, you know, uh, first off, if you're going to be making comments, make sure you spell check first. Second off, make sure that the content that you're writing is not going to land you in a court of law for defamation of character or slander of an artist, a promoter, or a DJ, or a podcast, or an individual. Be extremely careful, because there are federal laws in place that are anti-bullying laws. And so people got to be extremely careful. To the fans. Now, to the artists and to the promoters and to everybody that really shouldn't have anything to do with what we do. You know, all I can say is that it's the wild, wild west right now. But I can assure you that I've got investigators and I've got attorneys, and they've been on my timeline for the last 3 years, and I can't afford someone to be saying something that is not factual and that hurts my brand. And so we're looking at some possible things we're going to do, but until everyone understands that it's not the wild, wild west like you think it is, you don't have the rights to go out there and demean and defame. And it's very disheartening that some people just don't have no filter. And so,
Keyboard warriors, a lot of keyboard warriors out there.
But can you sing?
But can you sing? So let's hear Sueños real quick while we
Okay.
have everybody in here.
Okay.
Grab your tissues. He said you're gonna need a box of tissues for Sueños.
But did you give them the background on it?
No, you're doing that right now.
Oh, so I wrote the song.
I'm
or a-
working over here. I'm working hard over here.
I'm sorry. I know you are. And what time is our curfew?
When you're ready for bed.
Yeah. We'll let you call it, Danny.
Oh, you don't want me to do that? Hey, one thing you don't want to do with Danny Farias is give him a mic. I want to be nice.
We have a few songs because we're gonna listen to let's see here. Pass Me By. We have a few songs in the queue that Joe put on here for us. So we have a couple more songs to listen to. So we got a little time. We have a little time. I want to thank everybody that is hanging out with us, with Mr. Danny Farias, and we're learning all about him. We're talking great talk about the Tejano music. It's always something controversial, which is good because we're talking about it. However, I'm wondering if any other genre has this much controversy behind it. So Tejano music is very much alive, and there are very many artists that want to be a part of this genre, and Danny Farias plays a very important role in it. And I think he's been voted that he's going to continue the Pura Vida Awards. He had such a great response, and very well respected. Everybody in the chat that's talking about the awards and how important they were. It's important for our fans to know that they play a critical role in this music. Not just the DJs, not the podcasters, not the radio, the artists, the fans. Because if it wasn't for you all sitting there watching us and talking to us and telling us what you like and listening to the music and requesting music and watching the podcast, what would we be doing it for? And what would the artist be writing music for? And where would we be playing this music for? So fans, if this is the media side, the artists, the labels, the promoters, and the podcasts, it's literally down the half. You guys are play such an important role. And that's my soapbox that I always like to talk about on our podcast is Our fans are so important and we don't give them enough credit. But when come award time, when it's your time to shine, to vote, and to download music and go check it out, that's your time to tell us, oh, I didn't like that song, or I didn't like that podcast. Let me go vote for who I do want. That's where you guys get to come in and tell us what you like and what you don't like. So if you go on TikTok or Facebook or any of the apps, the radio, there is a lot of radio out there. It's just it's not as big as it needs to be. Um go request music, go download it, go listen to it, go check it out, go share it with a friend. One of my famous phrases is tell a friend to tell a friend, because you may not like this song, but someone else might. It may not hit with George. It may hit with me. It may not hit with me, and it may hit with him, and that's okay. We all have our likes and our dislikes, but if you share it, you never know where that song may land. So it's just our fans play such a critical role, and I don't think we give them enough credit sometimes. But I want you all to know that we rely on you so much. So let's listen to Sueños. It is a love story of a 10-year-old young buck that lost the love of his life at 10 years old. found another, don't worry. But he asked the Lord to say, Lord, if I can't have her here, bring her to my sueños.
Los años siguen pasando y todavía te extraño, porque tú ya no estás aquí conmigo en este mundo. Diosito se la llevó, destrozando mi corazón, y no quiero vivir así. Que me lleve Dios, no quiero vivir sin ti. Cada noche yo le pido a Dios que me la devuelva, por favor. Y si Dios no me hace el favor, que me la mande en mis sueños. Feliz, no soy el mismo sin tu amor. Ayúdame Dios, no me dejes así, porque quiero estar contigo y ser feliz. Ya es noche, me voy a dormir, quiero soñar para verte a ti. Seré feliz porque estás aquí. En mis sueños vamos a vivir. Cada noche yo le pido a Dios que me la devuelva, por favor. Y si Dios no me hace el favor, que me la mande en mis sueños. Cada noche yo le pido a Dios que me la devuelva, por favor. Y si Dios no me hace el favor, que me la mande en mis sueños. Que me la mande en mis sueños. Que me la mande en mis sueños.
Wow, Danny, you poured something into that song there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that song could go in totally different directions. You know, an old flame, a grandparent, mother, whatever. You know,
Brother,
that's
sister.
like Terry said in the comments. You know, we can all relate to the song because it could hit you in any different direction. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just write too deep, man. I write deep stuff. I just write too deep. Hey, I wanted to say something, and we'll go back to Sueños real quick. And when I was doing Uvalde Strong, that was the first time I'd ever been in a recording studio. And the guy on the drum, the guy at the board, he go, "You ready?" I was like, "Yes." So he'd play the song, and then he'd go, "Hey, bud, you were supposed to go in right there." I was like, "Oh, okay." He did it 4 different times. He goes, "Hey, man, you're supposed to know when to come in on that song." So Joey Sanchez, the son of Jose Pepe Sanchez, who passed away, he was the drummer on that song. So he looks at me. I never met him before, and he goes, "Danny, when I hit these sticks 4 times, start singing." So the guy plays the music, and he looks at me and he goes, "Ta ta ta ta, Uvalde Strong," and I started the song. Thank you, Joey Sanchez. He saved my tail, bro. Anyway, I'm just too deep, man. I
Awesome.
just I
That's
just
awesome.
write too deep. There's all
Beautiful.
kinds of people over here. Joey Lee Jimenez, uh, Mitch Miller, Robert Hinojosa, Mary Esther Rosita, Johnny Rodriguez's cousin. I mean, there's all kinds of people watching. How about your side?
Tell them hello. We have TikTok. Everybody on TikTok. Salutes to TikTok. We have Facebook on here and YouTube. We have a bunch. I want to thank everybody. Look at
Thanks.
that. Come on in. Come on over.
Yeah, they're there.
Let us know.
This is my other one.
Look at Danny over there broadcasting. Tell him to follow Sirius Tejano and Let's Talk Tejano, and we can all collaborate together.
Let's talk Tejano, Series Tejano. You guys, I'm streaming live, so it's all connected. So you're going to get a whole different group of people that are watching your show. I just, as I said, we're just excited. I mean, I'm going to do what I can. I'm building these albums, this music, and I will tell you that. I don't know. Did you ever hear the song Mariposas? Nope. Nobody ever heard that song
Not familiar
Mariposas.
with it. Pretty sure if I heard
I've
it,
heard
maybe I would.
I've heard a song called Mariposas. Yeah.
Mariposas de colores brillantes.
Mm-hmm.
That one. Did you hear that song?
It's an older song, right?
I wrote it.
Wait, how many years ago?
I just wrote that song. We just released it. I wrote it about. I released that song about
Let me go look.
a year ago.
You wrote it a year ago. Let me see.
About 2 years ago, I wrote it. I was asleep at 3 in the morning another time, and I woke Janet up and I said, "Wake up. You gotta
There
write
it
this."
is. Mariposas de colores brillantes.
With
Featuring
Mika,
Mika Rivas.
big star, man, out of Corpus. She's rising star. She was 15 when she did that song. Guys, that song got submitted for consideration for a Grammy in October.
Beautiful. You can find it on all your music media platforms. I love the cover art. I do have it. I've heard it. I know I heard it, but I think there's another song called Mariposa something. So I think I was intermixing that song, but I do have it. Danny Farias with Mika Rivas.
Yeah, so
Definitely go look. I just found it on Apple Music, so it's definitely on there.
Juan Mendoza did that background on that. I love the way it came out, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And and I wrote that song for a lady that lost her son, and I was around her a lot. We toured a lot, and I just said, you know what? One day I'm going to write a song. And one night, 3 in the morning, I had this dream, and I wrote the song, and we got it done out of the studio. I just got from the Library of Congress the copyright trademarks on it.
Oh wow, it's beautiful. I mean, we can definitely play it. I can load it up here if you'd like for us to hear it tonight. I definitely can do that.
You don't want to play that one. Everybody be crying. Don't do that.
Okay, we
But
don't want to
but
do that. Then he said,
no,
So,
I just write
so
too deep, man.
I was gonna say, man. I mean, you said that. I was thinking about when you said that. Yeah, the songs are definitely emotional. I mean, they're in there to, I guess to help you cope with a trauma or to open up a trauma. It depends. It depends on the individual, right? But I mean, you write deep, but man, you're writing with intent. To me, the intent is to put your personal feelings way out there in front of everyone, man. Because those
or
words in you from you. I mean, it's like your person. We know your personality, obviously. Uh, when you start, when I start hearing the music, I'm like, that's a different shade of Danny Farias right there.
Yeah.
let's give him some song titles to give him an idea. Su Tierra Tequila, My Way, Make It With You, Nobody in His Right Mind, Crayons from Heaven. He has the Rodeo King album out there. Number 21. If we make it through, what is this one called?
December.
If we make it through December. I mean, just from the titles itself, I know what the emotions are starting to feel. So it absolutely, when George says, you put your feelings out there. Not only that, but feeling you write for, like, you understand what's happening and you're able to say, okay, I can make that happen for you in a song.
I think I'm writing in the third person,
I think so. I really do.
and I just figured that out right now.
Yeah, I really do. Because when I hear it, I'm like, they may not be everything that he's experienced, but he can kind of put himself in their position. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What was that song list again?
There's a lot. Su Tierra, Tequila, My Way, Make It With You. I think these are your releases that I have here. Nobody in His Right Mind, Crayons from Heaven, number 21. If we make it through December, Freedom Ain't Free. You just got a lot out there.
I wrote I wrote that song for the veterans,
Mm-hmm.
but there's another song that I'd like for y'all to play, and then I'll let y'all go to bed. Corrido 53. Is
Let
that
me
up there?
let me see if I can. Let me pull. I have a whole list. Let me see if I can go through it. Yes, I have 53.
Yes. And
Okay.
so I want to tell you the backstory on it.
Okay.
A trailer came through San Antonio with 70 plus immigrants. 53 immigrants died in that trailer.
I remember that story.
Well, they died from Guatemala, Mexico, Honduras, Venezuela, from all over the world. And by the way, keep that thought right there because you got to help me. My mind is already starting to not work too good. But keep that thought there. But when you go to We're Texas Strong,
Mhm.
there were Mexican firefighters that were helping Kerrville, Texas recover the bodies. And so when I wrote that song, I put a Mexican sound in it to honor Mexico for what they did for Texas and Kerrville. And so that music actually is going to the ambassador of Mexico. And when you hear the Corrido 53, I wrote the song, and it's the first corrido I ever did. And I wrote it to honor the moms and dads because they're never going to. These guys were 20, 30, some were 18, some were 40, some were 60. There were girls, there were guys. But I didn't. The American sentiment is illegal immigrants. What the hell are they doing here? Blah, blah, blah. Look, man, unless you're a Native American,
Front door.
just shut the front door, right? Period. Thank you for that. Thank you. Save me. You saved me. Now I don't have to have Janet put a bar of soap in my mouth tonight. So
I got you. I'm working hard back here. We're working hard.
hey, you're lucky I'm drinking electrolyte, and not Crown,
Something else.
because usually I drink the Crown. But anyway, I wrote the song Corrido 53 to honor Mexico, Honduras, Venezuela, Cuba. There was immigrants from all over the world that passed away. So if you hear the song, I'd like to know what you think about it.
Let's hear it. Let's put it out there. They'll be able to comment. We have the video up for days, so you'll get to see that. So let's check it out. This is Corrido 53 by Danny Farias.
Jose, welcome in, brother.
Voy a cantarles, señores, una historia que pasó allá en San Antonio, Texas, de la gente que murió. Cruzaron la frontera de Texas desde el puente de Laredo. Unos cruzaron por el río, otros en un camión subieron. A sus padres y familiares siempre tengan esto en mente. Vinieron a ganar dinero para cumplir todos sus sueños.
Hi.
El camino empezó muy difícil, pelearon, gritaron y lloraron. Ya saben lo que sucedió, ahí 53 quedaron. Aquí se acaba este corrido y les pido que no se olviden. En San Antonio, Texas, la tragedia que pasó. A sus padres y familiares siempre tengan esto en mente. Vinieron a ganar dinero para cumplir todos sus sueños.
Este corrido está dedicado para aquellas personas que quedaron en el camino en busca del sueño americano.
It's beautiful.
You know,
That is-
it's like that movie is playing in my head with that song. You know, I'm listening to it, knowing what tragedy is. I'm listening to it. I'm like, gee, man. Like, Danny, that is deep. That is
You know-
Very deep.
You know, I wrote it because I didn't want the Americans, and I'm an American, but I didn't want the American sentiment to be like, you know, we're not animals. They're not animals. You know, they were human beings, whether they're from, you know, Nicaragua, Venezuela, Colombia, Mexico, wherever the hell anybody's from, wherever I'm from, wherever they were from. And I mean that in a respectful way, that it's not a immigration issue. It's a humanitarian issue.
Absolutely.
And that's why I wrote that song, to honor them. And so that song right there actually is going to the ambassador of Mexico, so he can send it out to all the other different nations that were affected by that tragedy, so that the parents can have that song go, hey, there's somebody in America that cares about us, and he wrote a song about it. And so that was it. But I guess the last song I think that you guys, if y'all want to do it, would be Freedom Ain't Free. Memorial Day's coming up, And I'm good. Whatever you guys want to do. I know you're tired and exhausted.
No, I'm just reading the comments and checking out everything that's going on back here. And
what's going on?
So
all
Danny, let
the
me ask you this on that corrido 53. Um, I mean, obviously, you said, and I agree, it is a humanitarian issue. It's a humanitarian issue that kind of turns the page into what it is now. Immigration policy is so on and so forth. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole too deep. But did you get any backlash, or did you get any like, hey, did you make this song? I mean, it's got to be. There's probably people that questioned it. Maybe there was, but was there any
Ask the
backlash?
question without sugarcoating it.
Did you any backlash on that? Considering we're from Texas, did they go, hey, Danny, they got what they got? That was a card they was dealt, or did you get more of a positive feedback as opposed to negative?
I'm going to get in so much trouble by cussing right now. I'm going to try not to.
I'll beep you out.
You can?
No,
No.
we're live.
Okay.
I'll just say a word
because everybody else over here is going to hear it. No, I'll just put it this way. I'm gonna tone it down, and I'm just gonna say this. I don't give a rat's ass what any SOB out there thinks. People died looking for a better way to live, right? And if they can't understand the drive behind being in a goddamn trailer, going through the monte, rattlesnakes and everybody else trying to rip their asses off, and women getting raped and all that kind of shit going on down the road, then kiss my ass. I don't care what they think about it. That song was to honor those families that passed away. And I don't mean to cuss. I'm gonna be nice. I'm sorry, but
okay.
but it just pisses me off. That song is to honor the Mexicanos and our cultura and anyone else that came along that journey, right? This is just one tragedy that we know about. We don't know about the ones that.
And you're 100% right, because we heard about it because obviously the news reported, but because of social media, way before social media was here, dude. I mean, I've read stories. You go to the Mexican border desert and just see bones and skeletons, and there's a lot of untold stories out there.
That's a song all in itself.
We're gonna help you write another song.
You don't have to, but anyway, I wrote the song, and I wrote it to honor those that passed away seeking a better life, and to the American government, to the governor of Texas, to everybody involved in that chain, with all due respect, it is what it is, and it's just a reality. On the song that I wrote with "Freedom Ain't Free," I wrote that for my grandson Christopher. I was looking at him, and I told Christopher, check this out. I said, Christopher, one day you're going to find this girl, and this girl, you're going to just fall in love with her. And she's not going to like you too much. She's going to like you, but she ain't going to love you. But don't worry. Popo's going to help you write a song that's going to bring her to you.
I love it.
Anyway, I talked to him about it, but then I talked to him about freedom and about the United States and all the things that happened. So when I wrote the song, it's freedom ain't free for cowboys like you and cowboys like me. And I wrote it. So if you want to play it, that'd be awesome.
I got you right now. Check it out.
And that goes to all the veterans.
No, go ahead.
Try it up, Mary.
Freedom ain't free, son. Freedom ain't free for cowboys like you and cowboys like me. So many good men have given their lives. They sacrifice for the red, white, and blue. Don't let them change things. Stand up for your rights. This is America, the land of the free. Stand up for the flag. Let your spirit shine. Let's show our colors and do it with pride. Let freedom ring while we all sing. Let people know just what it means. Freedom ain't free, son. Freedom ain't free for cowboys like you and cowboys like me. Lots of good fathers went off to the wars. They fought for the right to keep us free. La libertad no es gratis para mí o para ti. Sigamos luchando por la libertad. Stand up for the flag. Let your spirit shine. Let's show our colors and do it with pride. Let freedom ring while we all sing. Let people know what freedom means.
It's a great song.
That's definitely going to 4th of July and Memorial Day.
4th of July,
Playlist.
Memorial Day. Yeah.
Thursday.
God bless America.
Hey, we can't see you. I blinked. Danny. Calling Danny.
I'm right here.
Can't see you. Hold on. Let me see if something happened here.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but we can't.
Yeah, we can hear you, but we can't see you.
Well, everybody knows what I look like anyway.
Not the point, but okay. I want to see who I'm talking to.
Hey, I was just trying to save you there. Gosh. It's all good.
Well, here's Danny Nola, man. He said, "Freedom ain't free," but Danny Farias is a must-listen to bilingual song of our great United States of America. Great job, Danny, Alma, and Danny Noyola.
Thank you. Thank you
Wonderful
for that.
artist right there, Danny Noyola. Saludos. Welcome. Everybody that's hanging out with us. Grupo Entrego is in the house. Danny Noyola. We got family. The promotion of Se me fue la mente. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to read all the comments. Everybody that is on TikTok. See, I'm multitasking, Danny. I'm multitasking.
You're
Familia
working.
Pueblo Promotions LLC. Saludos to Terry and Leslie for holding it down out there, William. David Enriquez, we got Colorado tuned in, David. Terry, my mom is out there. Saludos to my mom out there in Grand Junction, Colorado.
Hey,
Evan,
Mom.
Colorado. Yeah, mom's out there on TikTok. See, I'm multitasking, keeping everybody engaged. But want to thank everybody. Danny Farias has a ton of music on music media platforms, and he is also a promoter, an award show instigator, all of I'm just kidding. He's
A
all of the above.
philanthropist. He wears a lot of hats.
Wears a lot of
He's
hats, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna show y'all a picture of Danny. Let me see if I can share my screen. I've been working on something in the background, so let me see if I can do this right. This is Danny at the award show, right? Look at Danny right there, looking
jacket.
always.
His
And then
jacket now.
this is the boot
See,
show
there
that
we are.
we had the boot show out there. uh, but yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me see here. Let me see if I can turn this off now. See, don't give me too much power because y luego ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó?
Well, now we can't see any of us.
Hold on. We're getting back to it. We're getting back to it. Now we still can't see Danny. He turned off his camera.
No, I did not.
I don't know what he's doing in the background, but
I'm not doing nothing.
he's like, I was just sitting here.
I'm
I was
sitting
just
here.
sitting here.
Well, we're kind of running down that hour, Danny, and I just, dude, I appreciate you coming on, man. It's great talking to you again. You know, like I said, we touched base, you know, at the gala, you know, and we said we'll talk to you again, man. Now I've been looking forward to this, you know. A big fan of yours, dude. Love your work. You know, I like what you stand for. I love what you stand for. Um, you know, all around good guy, most humble guy I've seen thus far, man. And I do appreciate everything you've done for the community, the genre, and everybody else, man.
Well, I can't thank you guys enough. And tonight I realized something, and I'll tell you, you know, the I think what I'm going to end up having to do, honestly, is just start my own record label. And the reason I'm going to have to do a record label is so that we can put the finance behind the push on music. I'm realizing tonight, and I'm only saying this, that, you know, my music is I believe my music is top tier, and I believe it's there. And I'll say that because I'm surrounded by professional musicians like Roger Cabello on the drums. Roger Cabello was the drummer for Ramadetta for many, many years. Chisholm, Fiddlin' Chisholm was Johnny Rodriguez's fiddle player. I've got Don, the steel guitar player was Johnny. He's a Grammy Award winner. I mean, I've got pro level musicians in the band. And my hat goes off to them. And I think that what's lacking for the next generational stars is distribution. And but you got to be real careful with you know, some of these record labels. Not all of them, just some of them. Freddie Records is one of the best record labels out there. And
the shows.
Yeah, and I was approached by a record label. They wanted me to sign, but they wanted all my masters, all the music that you heard. They wanted me to sign it all over.
You're all no.
And I said, you know what? It's an honor to be considered to sign with a record label because I'm just a rookie. But to be honest with you, they wanted Sueños and they wanted Mariposas, and I'm like, there's no damn way I'm going to sign that music.
I was going to say, I hope you said no.
I did say no.
Yeah.
They got me on a couple of songs, you know, but that's okay. They weren't originals, but I got to keep my originals. But anyway, you know, I would say this if I can, and I'll let you go. And one of the things is I would just say that in anything that you do, no matter what you do, make sure that that you have a lawyer before you sign any agreements with any record label or with anyone,
Right.
especially promoters. Um, and when you're doing songs, make sure that your songs are that you have recorded when you're writing that song that you date it and record it, because if you don't, I've had people try to steal my music already, 3 or 4 different songs, and it caused an absolute mess out there. And I learned my lesson, right? I just I anyone out there, if you're doing songs, write the songs, make sure that you register your songs, make sure you know what agreements you're getting into with whoever you're with. Because I'll tell you, unfortunately, that those that in my life, it's been my experience, and I'm working on the song, that those that claim to love you the most have cut me the deepest.
Ooh,
Always got to be looking out
ooh.
for number one, and that's always rough when it's the ones that you least expect it from.
Oh no, you best expect it because it's coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just a matter of time.
A matter of time and the opportunity they're going to jump on. Well, you also have, the Rhinestone Cowboys, a lot of music out there on the social medias as well. We didn't get to highlight it, so that just means that we're going to have a part two, Danny,
Oh,
where we're actually on camera again. Just kidding. But
I'm
there's a lot of
sorry.
music on the Rhinestones Cowboys, the Rhinestone Cowboys, that Danny, he just puts out great music. Y'all need to go check it out. Danny Farias is available. All his songs that we talked about, we didn't highlight all of them, but we talked about a lot of them. But he also is on the Rhinestone Cowboys, and there's a lot of music out there.
There he is.
There he is. I think the camera is the opposite way, pero sí, I estás. But the Rhinestone Cowboys, Danny Farias, go find him on all the music media platforms. Request, download, stream, and go support. Go follow Danny Farias. Go follow the award show, La Pura Vida Awards, and we're looking forward to attending this our second year going, and supporting you in any way that we can help you with that award show and anything else that you're doing within the Tejano industry. We would love to help you and help promote. Again, we'd have to have you on again so we could talk about the Rhinestone Cowboys, but it goes fast. The hour in 2 hours go fast, and we talked a lot about the industry, which that's what we're here to do, right?
Right.
Promote, talk, get to know Danny, get to know why he writes the music he writes. You guys got a lot of background information of how he puts music and why he has put those songs out. So it makes those connections to Uvalde Strong, Texas Strong. We heard Sueños. We heard, like Corrido con 53. Now you know the backstory. It's not just a song. You know the connection, and you know what drives and motivates Danny. That's what we like to do here. Get to know our artists, get to know behind the scenes, and let our fans know what's important to you, and then you get to understand what's important to the fans.
Absolutely. And I want to thank you guys so much. It's not the lack of talent, and it's not the lack of music, and it's not the lack of skill. Well, it is a lack of skill on distribution. That's the only reason these songs haven't really hit, because I put them out there, but I didn't have the right distribution. But now that you know some of my music, maybe you guys can slam it and jam it, and let people really understand it. I've got some really good music out there for the right reasons, but don't come around me unless you really want to know something deep, because I'm puro corazon, man, and I'm as humble as they get.
Well, if you tell him a deep story, he's gonna write a song about it. And if you ask him to write a song about a certain situation, he'll put himself in that position and he will write you a song. Guarantee it. Third person writer right here. Amazing, talented, Danny Farias. Thank you. And your support system. You have an incredible support system. Your fans and your family and everybody that supports them, everything that you do. You have an intricate system, and we see it. And yeah, we've been we have your music. Since you and I talked, I've been adding and adding and adding, but we've had music before then too. I was going through the list of all the music, and Sirius Tejano definitely has it on the rotation. Let's Talk Tejano Radio definitely has it on rotation. So if you're out there and you don't know how to listen to Tejano music, we got you. Go to Sirius Tejano, go to Let's Talk Tejano, and then Danny, tell them a little bit about your radio station one more time so that everybody has the info. But we're streaming constantly new music.
Well, I appreciate that. We're on KLMO 98.9 and 92.1 in San Antonio, 12 to 1 every Saturday. It's primarily a Spanish station, 24 hours a day, except for 1 hour a day that I taught them into letting me play classic country music.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So you go back to what's the classic sounds that you
I do Merle Haggard, Conway Twitty, Janie Freaky. I do Willie Nelson, the Redheaded Stranger. I'll do the Texas Play, Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys. I'll do Hank Williams Sr. I mean, I go back, and then I play my country music like a Rhinestone Cowboy. Anybody going to San Antonio, Pass Me By. Just numerous different songs. Lo Mucho Que Te Quiero is number 9 or number 6 in Mexico right now. You got it right.
I gotta go look at my list. Hold on. Sorry, I'm looking at all the comments on TikTok.
What are they saying? I want to know.
They're saying hi. They're saying share. Beautiful song. Let's see. There's some DJs on TikTok telling you hi. You got Hondo listening. I mean, there's just people just saying hi, and they like the music when we played their song. So I'm just making sure everybody stays on the upside of that,
Yeah. Well, I know you're doing so much work. I know you're
It's
doing
okay.
a lot.
George got it. We got you. We tag team this with this interview.
And I really appreciate it. And they were asking me today if I was going to cut out the DJ, not podcast, but the DJ out of the Pura Vida Awards. And I said, hell no. We have to have DJ of the year in there. So we're going to have DJ of the year in there, podcast of the year in there. And I gotta get out there and rob some banks like I normally do, and to pay for the Pura Vida Awards, and get it done. But we're going to make it a beautiful event, and we're excited about the future. And I know that one day, like for example, in 2027, now I want you to hear me, in 2027, our plan is to block off the entire block over there at Sunset Station and do a 3-day fanfare, Pura Vida fanfare, where it's 3 days plus the music awards show. And so, and we're gonna try to make it free, other than the Pura Vida Awards itself inside. But we're gonna piggyback off of either Fiesta, so we're gonna do it next year during Fiesta, and the crowd's already there, so we might as well utilize it. And but if we do, it's gonna be a massive event for 3 days straight. You guys are welcome to be big stars. I really appreciate how you carry yourselves. You guys carry yourselves professionally. You look good. You sound good. You know what you're doing, and you're very articulate, if I may say, on how you're speaking and how you try to rein me back in and tone me down.
I'm a de-escalator in my natural job, so I got you.
You remind me of my daughter Hannah. Hannah's the same way. Dad, don't be cussing like that. There could be a preacher out there.
Well, I got to give props to my mom. She's watching, so we don't cuss in front of mom. So
I won't do that. I'm not cussing. Mom, I'm not cussing.
He's not, Mom. He's not.
I said a couple words earlier, but I was just so passionate
about
the individuals that passed away in that trailer, and what the American sentiment is against Mexicans, and it shouldn't be that way. And I'll leave it there so I don't get myself in trouble. Anyway, you guys are welcome to set up a date and time. You come any Saturday on K Alamo, and you guys can be guest hosts with me while you're streaming live from your Facebook streaming in the studio live, and we can do the show together, and just we can bring in artists. I want to go after artists that never get an opportunity. I want to go after artists that are just like, when they go in that radio station, I'm like, oh my God, I got to tell my grandma and my grandpa and my tío and my tía and my abuela and my cousins and my brothers and sisters, I'm going to be on the radio.
Absolutely.
I did it. And to
That's
them,
actually going to be me.
and to them, it's a major milestone in their life, right?
Yep.
At a very young age. And so that's what we're here for. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to make a big impact and something that will carry them lifelong. They go, man, I remember that old man with that long hair. He wouldn't shut the heck up. But yeah, anyway. So guys,
you let us know. I mean, I am down to go down there and do that anytime.
Definitely. Same here, man.
You just let me know, and I'll take the 5-hour drive and go down there and hang out with you.
We'll set up not this weekend, but you can do next weekend or the weekend after. Y'all set it up. Just let me know, and then you guys can promote it on your shows and do flyers. But you got to do it this way, or I don't want you to come. You have to put it in and go, we are starring on the K Alamo show.
Ooh, I like that. You don't have to tell me twice about calling myself.
You got to put your picture and George's picture, and bam, the whole shebang. And that way, because you guys truly are stars in your own right. And thank you so much for what you do.
I appreciate that.
Mary, I'm ready for my close-up, but
no,
we appreciate it.
I already have tons of selfies from George. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. First we did our flyers. She's like, send me whatever stuff you got. I'm like, okay, chick. I was trying to get every angle, man. I was like, one.
I was like, wow, we got models here.
Yeah, they tell me that a lot about that stuff, but I know you guys are ready to finish the show, and so I just want to thank you guys. I know you can't see me, but I can see y'all.
No, we see you now. We see you now.
Okay. Oh, okay, great. Because there's
no, just kidding.
Oh, well, so I don't know if you guys know this, and I'll let you go with this. I'm going to say bye to everybody already. Thank you so much. Unless you're ready, you guys got to be ready to hit the sack already.
I got a little time. George, what do you got?
I'm in y'all's world, man.
George wants to go to bed. He's
I'm good, man. Hey, my cereal ain't get more cold than what it is now, man.
Hey, tell that Mexican boy to Anyway, I want to let you know that before I was a singer, I was an actor. So I did The Gambler 5 with Kenny Rogers. Some of that was filmed here in San Antonio. And I got paid extra because I could ride a horse and, stuff like that. So, yeah, it was shot at the Missions here in town, and a lot of different things that I did in movies and film. And but about 3 years ago, I wrote a film called El Presidente and the Last American Flag. And so we're working on that production to finish up El Presidente. And it's about the first American president born of Mexican roots in the United States. So we started the shooting of it already. We already started the film process. We started a few years back. And so in either 2026 or 2027, we're going to finish El Presidente. And it's a real classy president, because I'm talking about myself, obviously. Mm-hmm. And I have the first lady, whoever that's going to be. And we're going to be like a sitcom series where I'm in the Oval Office, and every day I'm dealing with real problems, true problems. And guess who I'm married to?
I'm scared to say right now, but you're married to, I don't know, a gringa?
In the film.
Oh, in the film. A gringa?
Yeah.
A white lady?
Nope.
No? Okay, well.
I'm married to a Mexicana from Mexico.
I love it. I love
So
it.
Okay,
so
I thought there
so
was be a little irony there.
so guess what? So guess what? I'm sitting in the White House, and there's big issues come, and she walks in, and she's like, "No sacaste la basura,"
That's hilarious.
and I'm
Look,
like this. I I'm with CBS New World News tonight. I'm like, excuse me, guys, I'll be right back,
I gotta go. That's
because I ain't eating no cold enchiladas.
dude, it's gonna be a good show. I just imagine the soundtrack to it, man. When you started
Yeah.
making your music to it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But we want to shed the light on our culture. And by the way, coming up, it's going to be 250 years without a Mexican representative. We've only had white and black in the United States. Nothing wrong with that, but we need to change that, and we need a Mexican running the country as a president. And sooner or later, it's going to happen. But
happen.
but if we don't start the conversation and get these thoughts and these minds young and get them educated and keep them out of trouble, so when the media comes after them, there's nothing they can hang them on, you
Right.
know. And so we don't need to wait another 250 years to have leadership. Mexicanos de los
Right.
Estados Unidos.
And in
Right.
this generation, they need to learn how to be outspoken, man. Just like you don't hold back. They need, nowadays, it's a little different. Even I'm 45, and I'm even saying this generation is different from where I came from.
Right.
That's right.
It's they need to be more outspoken. Uh, you know, they need to get in trouble, but good trouble. I call it. There's good trouble and there's bad trouble. There's good trouble. Hey, I went and add my name in the freaking football field 50-yard line. That's good trouble. Uh, but here lately, man, they just been making some bad decisions, dude. And I got an 18-year-old. Guy. He came out with a good head. His mom's great. I did my best by doing my part, and everything's working out. So, and I tell him, I was like, man, I was like, there was a little shooting here in a park right near us for stupid reasons. And the
Wow.
kids thought they were going to get away with it, man. I was like, don't y'all realize there's a freaking camera on every door, every
Everywhere.
stoplight, every shopping
Mm,
center? You cannot get away with that shit no more, man. You can't. Why do you
mm,
Well,
don't pick up a gun?
right.
well, and I don't know if you know this, but in everything that I've done, I'm also part of the sheriff's office in San Antonio.
Wow.
Oh,
See,
you're
I told you
shocked.
the man of many hats.
I'm an honorary sheriff's officer with Precinct 2, Leticia Vasquez. But you're right. But you know, I don't know what the reasoning. I don't think that uh, you know kids understand the after effect of shooting a gun and someone getting hit, someone getting injured, or quite seriously, someone losing a life on it, and reckless endangerment with a firearm and all kinds of different things. And it's just super important that we as parents, when my grandkids come over here, dude, I gotta lock up all my stuff in the safe. I go up and down, up and down. I check, and check and check again. And it's important. It's up to us to be safe with guns and weapons. But you're right. No one's going to get away with anything anymore. There's
Mhm.
listening devices. I mean, I guess I can say it. There are listening devices that the public isn't even aware of,
Right.
including the cell phones that you're on.
Oh
That
yeah.
everything is recorded. Your TVs, when you're watching TV, those have reverse cameras. Uh, Everything is recorded. Just be aware of what you're doing. But in the end, you know, uh, uh, just do the right thing. I mean, I understand what you're saying, man. Dude, we got problems because the generations out there that are behind us, there's no way.
Yeah.
How's it
Yeah.
going to work, man?
Right.
Slowly losing hope, man. Slowly. But there is, I mean, hey, they could be phasing, man. They could be going to a phase just like we all went through. That's
Mm,
what I try to get out of it. It's freaking phase that they're going. It's a stupid freaking phase, but nonetheless, every generation has it.
We,
You know, I try to attribute it to, I mean, I hate to say it, but social media as well. Well, they watch these
Oh
stupid
yeah.
trends. They think jumping off a two-story building, bouncing off a brick wall is gonna make them get views other than a fucking concussion, and they go out and do the dumb stuff,
Mhm.
And
well, not just that, but here's the problem, Mary. I'm gonna say this. Here's the problem with the award shows, and you hit the nail on the head when you said views. What I should do is stop the Pura Vida Awards and just call it the Ego Awards.
Did you say ego or ego? You said ego, right? EGO.
Ego.
Ego
Ego.
Awards. That's what drives. That's what's the driving force. Everyone has an ego. Some egos are bigger than others, and some don't even have a reason to have an ego, but they
Right.
got one, right? And it's all about attitude, right? And the bottom line is, I've always said that your attitude is going to determine your altitude in anything you do, whether it's digging ditches or anything else, right?
Right.
And I've dug a lot of them by hand, so I can say it. But yeah, you're right, man. I mean, I think there's hope. We just got to pray for our children, pray for our kids, and when that doesn't work, and there's bullies out there, then that's when me and Dad go out there and we take care of the bullies.
Take care of them.
Oh,
You got to. There's some people out there that are just loose cannons.
Absolutely.
But anyway, bringing it back, I see you running everything over there. What are you looking at? I want to know.
I am looking at TikTok. I am looking at YouTube comments. I am looking at the music that was up here. I'm just all over. Veronica Lopez, hello. I'm just looking at everything. I'm making sure that we're safe everywhere.
We're safe, but I want to just
Running the show very, very smoothly. Usually we have Joe in the background. He had to work tonight, unfortunately, and was traveling. So he's usually doing all this for me. So I kind of had to, play the let me make sure that we're good and make sure that
So
we're
you're doing the technical stuff.
I'm doing all the technical stuff.
You're doing all the IT.
I am doing the IT tonight. Make
I
sure
get
we
it.
have the right songs.
They don't want you pushing buttons, man.
Well, you
Yeah,
saw what I
hey.
did earlier. I'm not good at it yet, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm making sure that everybody's questions and comments were read because we're very inclusive and our fans are so important to us. So, saludos to Veronica, to Terry, Leslie, my mom, David, everybody that's out here. I didn't get to say, I didn't get to go through the list 100%, but we thank you for supporting us. We want to thank Joe for letting Let's Talk Tejano. This partnership that we've created is it's amazing. We were in our own little world, and we came together and we formed this partnership, and it's been a great friendship, a great partnership that we have the same beliefs and we have the same ideas of where Tejano music should be going and what needs to be involved. And we have a great system. We have a lot of great DJs that help us out. DJ Spoken Joe, DJ Elite, DJ Danny Red, Jay Medina right here. Mr. Jay Medina has become a DJ since I've met him. So it's evolution, and I love all this. I love looking at everything and what we can inspire. Because you just, like I said earlier, you never know who's watching and be like, well, if he did it, if he could do it, maybe I can do it, and I love that. So I'm taking it all in. I'm watching, making sure everybody's recognized, and this is my passion, Danny. This is my passion.
Well,
And Mary hit the nail on the head because if I could do it, anybody could do it. I'm usually hammered when I'm doing it. So,
well,
Okay.
hey, but you know what? The bottom line is, like, everybody wants to do it, but can you sing?
I can't sing. I can
No,
sing.
I'm not. I'm not talking about y'all.
I know.
I'm talking about that nasty.
Just in case you wanted to sing, have me back up on one of your songs. You need a little auto tuner or something.
Nah, we don't do much of that. But you know what? You're welcome anytime. You'd be surprised what you can do when you have to do it. But so how many? So in a perfect world, I think that the Pura Vida podcast is going to start up again. So perhaps we can incorporate that with the K Alamo on Saturday. I do the Pura Vida podcast on Friday nights sometimes, or different nights. But I've got like so many people over here. I haven't even. Hello, Beatrice Rojas. He's a good singer. Mitch Miller, good friend of mine. Joey Lee Jimenez, family to Flaco Jimenez. Leonard Salas, Beverly Downs, Roger Giannis. How you doing, brother? Just all kinds of people on watching. You guys are certainly picking up a whole new set of fans. And I know that when you went to the Pura Vida Awards, you were like, who are all these gringos in here?
Well,
I
You're like,
like,
I had my blinders
who?
on, man, because I really didn't want to show how nervous I was. But it was definitely a freaking what do you call it? It was definitely an experience, Danny. It really was.
The different crowd.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Total different crowd, wasn't it?
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
And it was
Yep.
great exposure.
Hmm.
And
Exactly.
and all of Johnny Rodriguez's family was there. That was incredible, man.
It was such a great event. Like I came back on such a like this happened, like
Yeah.
it was amazing. So thank you.
I-
Thank you for letting us
funny.
be a part of it.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, man. I mean that when you called our name, we were actually live on TikTok.
We were doing an interview. We were doing an interview.
We were interviewing some of the artists. I think we had just interviewed Gil Jimenez right
I
before.
think we were, or we were. I
Right.
think we were fixing to interview the twins because I think
Okay.
it was the twins, and I heard podcasts and I was like,
Yeah. I
we're
was
up,
like, oh,
we're up, and
here we go.
we were just stuck.
So we're
What-
watching.
how-
We're watching y'all, and you called our name. We're live. I go, I'm like, did they just say our name? And we were live, and everybody on the live heard it. They're like, "Oh my god, y'all won!" So as
I
I'm
just
walking,
screamed.
man, it's a freaking
You
blur, dude. I barely remember looking around, and Mary's my witness. I almost fell off the stage walking out, dude. I missed the steps, and I was going towards where
Yeah.
the steps were at, and I was
That's
just
because
not
of that Crown and Coke we drank.
Yeah.
that could have been it.
I'm just kidding. How did
Yeah.
that make you all feel winning?
I was beyond words. Like I was just like I don't know that very many people know like what the Hano music for me, and I'll probably get emotional, but it's my upbringing. It's what my
And-
mom and dad,
Yeah.
what my dad instilled in me, and the music I grew up on, and we started this podcast by just talking like this online one night, and we were just talking about music, and there was a suggestion, let's make it a podcast. And I was like, I already do a lot. I'm already DJing. I work. Like, I don't need another job. And I did it. And it's just taken off, and we've met so many incredible people. So it wasn't just like the year, it was my whole life, Danny, that I got to like celebrate. It was really cool. See, I'm emotional about it. I cried on stage because it's my upbringing. It's my whole world.
Well, you know what? I just have a knack for making all the girls cry.
No, what are you doing?
Way to go, Danny.
Sorry, man. I'm always, if it's not my music, it's commentary. But I will tell you this. I think that you were at a pinnacle in your time, in your life, and it all just came down to just one time. And it was like, and the winner is.
Yep.
And you were like, I saw that. And
I screamed. You could hear it in the live. I just screamed. Like that's all I could do.
And what we saw, because we filmed it all, what I saw, I went over all of it, and I was like, there was a lot of people in tears, and Senator Leticia Vanderpute was there, by the way.
Okay.
We had federal officers there. We had officers that were outside looking in. They were outside in the parking lot. I can tell you this now because we're not going to go back there again. But I had a special team out there that was out there outside, and they were inside, and then of course you had your regular officers. But we wanted it to be a safe event, and we were so glad that you guys won, and that's a testament to what you're doing. You're in the right place, and it's very, very easy to understand because our awards show is the winners are chosen by the fans, and you guys have a strong fan base. I'm telling you, I would look at it every night. I'm like, who's winning now? It's like, oh, then they drop. Then it's like your gas gauge, right? and you got podcast, entertainer of the year, new artist of the year, song of the year, album of the year, gospel Christian. So you got all these little, and it's just a big old circle with all these little bitty cuts. And like, Jay's man, Jay was behind, and then Jay got it, and Jay fell behind again, and then Jay won it. I was like, what the hell? I was like, it was cool to see it. But Mark Martinez does a fabulous job on getting the vote out, and that's what it's all about to win. You've got to be out and get that vote out, and every vote counts with us. And so congratulations once again. And I know you guys are tired, man. We're already going into 2 hours, but you guys tell me whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it. And I'm here for you. And it's been a pleasure. You've got many, many fans that are listening.
We appreciate. Tell them hello. We appreciate.
Yeah. And they've been hearing it. They've been seeing it and watching it. And you guys might hit some astronomical numbers tonight.
Well, we definitely appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. And like I said, everything you've done for the genre and everything you in a small span of time, by the way, because you still call yourself a rookie.
I'm a rookie.
You still call yourself a rookie, but I'm like, no, you ain't.
No,
I mean,
you're not.
years. Just like I work, like I tell my employees, I don't go by seniority, man. I go by what you show me. And you're showing you. It's like you've been in this for a lifetime. Obviously, you've been a fan of it. But dude, you give off that aura, that veteran aura that you've been doing this for a long freaking time. So
He's a
hats off
veteran.
to you, man. Yeah, exactly. You're a veteran, dude.
He's a veteran with rookie energy. That's the best way to put it. Is you're a veteran with rookie energy because everything is new, everything is fresh. You put a very new perspective on it. So that's the best way that I can describe Danny Farias.
Well, you know what? I really appreciate that. And I'll just say that I had I'm going to say it this way. I had some retractors. I had a guy come up to me in front of a lot of people, and he goes, "I've been doing this for 50 years." And I'm like, "Yes, sir." And what's going on? I've been doing this for 50 years. You got an award show, you got a bus, you're in a band, you're on the radio, you're writing music, your podcast. What the hell? I've been doing this for 50 years and you're only 4 years old. And I'm like, sir, calm down. Well, I don't appreciate it. And I said, well, sir, I think I know the answer to your problem. What's that? I said, the problem is your attitude.
Yeah.
It determines your altitude. But more than that, if you put 50 years in it and you ain't seen a result, take a good look in the mirror, and you'll find the problem. It's not the fans, it's not the distribution, it's not the band members, it's not the radio, it's who's looking back at you.
Yeah, absolutely. The man in the mirror or woman in the mirror, whichever
man in the mirror. There's another song. They already got that. Anyway, guys, it's been such a pleasure. You guys set up a date on Saturday, and when you're ready to go, and you think about some of the things, and if there's anything that we can do to help you guys grow, man, we're here to do it. And I feel like. Well, you guys are the future. You guys are the future generational music making stars. And And uh, do y'all remember when you would go eat dinner or go and you'd sit down at the table, like they had a malt house here in San Antonio, and you'd order your food, but they had this little thing, you put a nickel in it and you could play whatever song you wanted, or a
Yeah.
dime.
But a
So
jukebox?
right. So that's my next song. It's called The King of the Jukebox.
Ooh.
They call me the King of the Jukebox, and I've made stars of all around. And it's not the artist that's the star. It's me hanging on the wall. I'm making that jukebox the star, going, "You ain't got nothing. You think you could sing, bro? You wouldn't be singing if you weren't hanging on the wall inside on that jukebox." So it's a really cute song, uh, and I must be getting tired if I said cute. That's not in my
I was about to
vocabulary.
say, dude.
I'm done.
When
You
you
heard
said
it
it,
here.
I'm like,
You heard it
I
here.
I
am
was, I
done.
was, I was expecting you to say it is effing awesome, and you come up with
No,
cute. I'm
it's
like,
cute. It's
what are
cute.
you really drinking that electrolyte bottle,
Well,
man? It's
we're gonna
starting to hit you
take
now.
we're gonna take saludos to Veronica Lopez, saludos amiga, great friend of the show's Damien. Thank you to everybody who hung out with us. Danny, we will set up a time for you to come back to the show. Maybe even when we go to the radio show, we could do a live Let's Talk Tejano,
Yeah,
serious
yeah,
Tejano interview with you, and we'll do a whole mesh of things together in one sitting,
yeah.
because it's not often that we all get to be together. So I definitely appreciate everything. I appreciate your time tonight. We took up almost 3 hours of your evening. We definitely appreciate you, and everything that you do, and thank you for having us, and recognizing us. I mean, I'm not saying recognizing us, but just you see us, and that's important.
No, we see you, and the whole world saw you last year, and that's why
Trying
you
is true.
won. And the whole world sees you, and so do all the artists. So everybody sees you, right? And you guys are the actual driving force behind the artist. It's not the artist. And I'll just say this: everybody needs to be nice to y'all, because you're the ones playing the music that the radio stations refuse to play.
They're scared. I want to say it's more of a fear. It's a fear. We can get
Shoot,
into
not
that
a
in the next one. We can get into the next one because that's a whole nother topic.
hey,
There-
not
There's still DJs that are afraid to play new music because they're going to lose followers, and I don't care.
well, not on K Alamo. They're Homer Lopez and their family. They allow all the music we want to bring in, new artists, old artists, established artists. You know, uh, just artists,
Yeah.
and so uh, it opens up the window for everyone. Even though I'm a classic country music show, I can bring anybody from Mexico, from Argentina, wherever I want to bring them in, and they want to sing and do their music. So you guys are welcome on K Alamo uh, anytime, and anything we can do to help promote you guys, we're here for you. That is for sure.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the music. And we'll set up another interview and we will definitely share the heck out of it. And thank you. And thank you to all your followers, all your listeners tonight. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
them. And I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Say hello to your wife. And thank you so much.
We might be seeing you 4th of July. Who knows? We don't know
I
yet.
know we are. I know we are. But we're going to see each other prior to that.
Thank you guys so much. God bless you. Be safe, stay safe, and you keep doing what you're doing, because you're doing a good thing. It's obvious you want it.
We absolutely
Appreciate it,
do.
brother. Thanks a lot, man.
Good night.
Thanks
Good
a lot.
night,
Thank
everybody.
you. Good
Road
night.
trip to San Antonio.
There
Yes,
we
sir.
go.
Roadhouse.
Oh my gosh, so
Awesome.
much
That was
fun.
great.
Thank you guys
That
for
was
hanging
awesome.
out with us. That was a long time, but a lot of good
That-
things came out of
You
that.
know what? It didn't even feel like it.
No,
I still feel like we
no.
were having technical difficulties in the beginning of the show trying to figure out these freaking boxes
My
here,
camera is, I gotta get a
um
new
but nonetheless, that was a great legendary Danny Farias.
camera.
As you see, as humble as can be, as he is in camera, he is 100% more in person. He is a down to earth guy, very humble, uh, very look. The filter was on tonight, all right. but he he practices what he preaches and he backs up what he says. He's an awesome dude in my book. Looking forward to definitely working with him, and I mean, I'm sorry, not working, joining him. Whatever Saturday we decide to go over there. But what I was going to add to too, obviously, um, kind of add to what he was asking. How did y'all feel walking up there? And I want to touch on this. I was like, I said felt accomplished, but I said felt accomplished knowing that you guys fans were represented there as much as we were. You guys were,
Mm-hmm.
well, y'all's voices, y'all's feedback, y'all's contribution, y'all's support. That was an award for all of y'all. And we do appreciate that, and I say that from the bottom of my heart. And yes, accomplishment. Definitely, it was definite accomplishment, good, high accomplishment for Mary and myself, especially when you put in the hours to make sure that we're keeping up with our goal and our objective to get new music out there, help get you at least get in the you know get out there in front of y'all. But
Yep.
sense of accomplishment to be able to represent all of you out there, it was an honor, and we appreciate y'all.
Absolutely, mission. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. We couldn't do it without Leslie and Terry holding it down for us. Thank you to everybody who tuned in
Whom
on
were stuck
YouTube.
in the elevator that night we won, but
Yeah, I know. So let's be on TikTok, YouTube, and here on Facebook. If you do watch this afterwards on YouTube or on Facebook, comment when you're watching and what your favorite song was tonight. Hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Thank you, George, for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you, Joe, for letting us hang out with y'all. And such a great interview. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget tomorrow on Sirius Tejano on Live 365. DJ Elite will be live from 12 to 2 Central Time, mixing it up. He has a great mix to get you ready for the weekend. I'll be live on Saturday from 9 to 11 and Sunday from 9 to 11. And then George has a show now on Sirius Tejano. George, you want to tell him about your show?
well, Joe gave me the opportunity. I've been playing around with this board that I bought. Mary kind of talked me into getting it. And Leslie is with my wife. She's like, "Hey man, go get your board." Even nobody's listening to you, man. At least you have something to get you out of my hair with. So been practicing. Joe finally gave me a chance, an opportunity. So basically, it's metal, 80s rock, you name it, 80s, 90s rock. So it's one of my favorite genres next to Tejano. I mean, I grew up with the Bon Jovis, Molly Crews of the world, and so I'll be on Saturday night, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Playing classic rock alternative. So Sirius Tejano is called Serious Metal, actually. Now I think about it, it's called Serious Metal. And then
Serious Metal
Sunday,
with Jay Medina.
yeah. And then Sunday, no, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Not Sunday. I'm not following you up on Sunday. Sunday evening, I'm on Let's Talk on the radio from 5 to 7 or 7 time.
5
Let's
to
just say
7.
5 to 7, yes. And I'll be playing some Tejano, obviously, country. I might sprinkle a little bit something in there for everyone, but 5 to 7 on Let's Talk Tejano radio.
It was great. It was great. Thank you guys so much. So follow Sirius Tejano, follow Let's Talk Tejano, follow George Medina and myself, Mary Cruz, here on Facebook, on TikTok, because you just never know who's going to be live and who we might be interviewing. Kelly D, La Comadre Hilda, and Joe, thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your evening. God bless and be safe. Good night, George.
Night. My shenanigans start 10 p.m. after on Saturday.